They're playing basketball. We love that basketball.
Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Just like I'm the king on the microphone. So it's Dr. J and Moses Malone. I like slam dunks, take me to the hoop. My favorite play is the alley-oop. I like the pick and roll, I like the give and go. Cause it's basketball, Mr. Curtis. I used to go to dinner with Ted Burns, Tiny Dragons, Earl Pearl, and Will, Big O, and Jerry West. Play basketball, and it's very fast. Basketball has always been my thing. I like Magic Bird and Bernard King. And number 33, my man, Kurt Reed, is the center of my starting team.
Hello and welcome. I'm Damon Bruce here with you as we get ready for a little NBA action on 2K Sports. Thursday Hoops. It'll be Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers facing off against the New York Knicks. And now to bring you all the action, let's get to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. I'll see you again at halftime.
Hello and welcome, everyone. It's the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. The Knicks here to defend home court, playing host to the Western Conference. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Artest, Gasol, and Bynum are the front court. Fisher and Kobe man the backcourt. And for the Knicks, Phillips and Fields pairing up in the backcourt. Stoudemire and Turioff in the middle. And it's Anthony in at the three, the small forward.
And the Knicks last season did not use their bench very often, kind of typical of a Mike D'Antoni team. He relies heavily on his starters, and that was the case a year ago.
It'll be the Knicks off the tip. Fisher against Phillips. Anthony against Artest. Fires from the wing. They get it back. Artest against Anthony. Over Artest. Anthony missing again.
Well, that's definitely a good look. I mean, the defense can't be that relaxed. I mean, they've got and expect him to miss consistently from there. He's too good. Good things happen when he's working like that, fellas.
We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Mike Brown. What's the news there, Doris?
On the defensive end of the court, guys, he said the effort would be anchored by their big men, who he expects to wreak a little havoc in the low post with their shot-blocking prowess. Back to you.
Great stuff, Doris. Thanks. That's a mantra, Clark, we're going to hear, I think, a lot from coaches. Defense first.
Yeah, you hear it all the time, Kevin, and that's the identity they want to have today, and I think it'll work for them as long as they execute it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's one thing to say it, but you got to bring it. And I think this team has to show great energy and aggression early on if they're going to win this game.
Stoudemire with the bucket.
Yeah, they're not going to miss too many of those. That's high percentage stuff there.
And it's the Lakers' ball.
And last season when Amar'e Stoudemire came to New York, he really took the city by storm. I mean, he was a guy who embraced the pressure of New York. and he became the centerpiece of that Knicks squad. Mike D'Antoni had to be thrilled having him in his lineup because he's such an explosive scorer.
Fisher. And Turioff pulls it down. Now Billups. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing, guarded by Kobe. Deflects the pass, and stolen by Fisher.
Boy, the defense read that one beautifully.
Here's our test. Steve talked about Amar'e Stoudemire and how he embraced New York, and vice versa. I think New York really embraced him. And Clark, you know, that's not everybody can thrive in a market like New York City.
Man, I tell you, there's the phrase horses for courses.
Yeah.
In horse racing, well, I thought the fit for New York City and Amar'e Stoudemire worked well both ways. I mean, not only did he embrace it, but they embraced him, and he gave them what they thought they were going to get. High caliber performer with personality and professionalism, and it's been good to see how that unfolded.
Kobe against Fields. He feeds it to Gasol. Back to Kobe. Dishes to Gasol. He kicks it to Fisher. Moving it around. Backing down is Bryant. Clock at 4. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Kobe's got 6.
That was interesting. Once again, late last season for the Lakers, they slumped to close out the regular season.
And slam dunk by Anthony. Here's the angle on our Sprite Slam Cam.
How's that for finishing with flavor?
Absolutely fantastic.
I think he was saving that one for a special occasion.
Kevin, the results were somewhat mixed once the Knicks acquired Carmelo Anthony. They finished the season 14-14 after the trade, and of course got swept in the first round by the Celtics.
Catching up on the changes for New York, Jeffries comes in for Ronny Turioff, and it's Walker in for Landry Fields. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. But Clark, you mentioned the playoff series between the Knicks and the Celtics. Carmelo struggled with his shot. Steve, just 37% from the field.
Well, the Celtics are a very good team defensively. And I think for Carmelo, remember, he had to take on a lot of the scoring load because of the back injury to Amar'e Stoudemire. So I thought Carmelo played well, but the defensive focus of Boston was completely on him.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Now Kobe Bryant still chasing that 6th ring. If he ends up getting it, he would tie Michael Jordan. And, of course, Michael was always a tremendous inspiration for Kobe Bryant.
And Kobe drops them both. Stevie mentioned Kobe is still working toward those 6 rings. He's got 5 right now. But Kobe said, Clark, that, tying Jordan wasn't his motivation.
You believe that?
Well, I do think he wanted to help Phil Jackson go out on the right way. And that, of course, didn't work out.
No, it did not work out, but I think it was a combination of factors. One, he obviously wants to do it because he wants to do it. But I don't think the Jordan piece is out of the equation and being one of the inspiring factors for trying to grab that 6th one. And, I mean, quite honestly, he's shown that he wants to try to win it every year.
Well, he's always compared to Jordan. I mean, why wouldn't that just be a natural feeling anyway? You can't fault him for it.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Knicks trailed by 3. Right side Billups. Back to Anthony. Anthony right side. Picked up by Artest. Now here's Walker. Guarded by Kobe. A shot by Anthony, no good.
Tough 3-point try there with a hand in his face.
Boy, you'd be lucky to make that one against great defense.
Stolen by Artest. Blake kicks to Artest. Backing down is Bryant. Over Billups. And again, Kobe Bryant. Kobe's got 14 points for the game.
Didn't that one play out smoothly?
The 3 from Billups. Got it off in time, but it's no good. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Lakers on top, up 5.
And they've done a nice job here offensively to establish a rhythm and a pace to this game.
And I like that they're finding ways to score, playing well.
All All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment.
Free throws. I done made every shot. You to think I got the cheat code. Memphis Grizzlies.
Here's Blake. It's a 5-point game. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And New York looking at who they've got. We've got Walker. Turiev out there at Jeffries. Then there's Tony Douglas. And it's Anthony in at the small forward position. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, one of the new wrinkles for head coach Mike Brown with the Lakers is the changing of the triangle offense. The Lakers have run it for years, and while they'll have bits and pieces of it incorporated under Brown's system, they'll run a different offense. He says his defensive scheme works with any team, but will tailor the offense to suit the talents of the Lakers. Should be an interesting watch, guys.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
It'll be strange not to see the Lakers running the triangle offense.
Just 5 on the clock. Fires for 3. Some solid defense from Brown.
The Knicks struggled out of the gate last season, and D'Antoni started to feel his seat get a little warmer. I mean, you have to think that it cooled off a bit for this season, and he'll have a little more leeway.
Blake dishes to Bynum. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Back to D'Antoni, you know, Steve, he definitely should have a little bit more breathing room this year, as Clark was just talking about.
Well, we'll see. I mean, you know, he's done a good job. The Knicks made the playoffs last year, but with Donnie Walsh out as general manager, he was the one who hired D'Antoni. And so you never know. I mean, I think D'Antoni's a good coach. They've got plenty of talent. This should be a good year for the Knicks, and we'll see. And Andrew Bynum, a guy who has been hit with injuries throughout his career. But when he's healthy, the Lakers are so tough to beat because of the length and size that Bynum and Gasol provide for that front line.
Odom against Williams. Williams against Odom. Lets it go from the wing. And the Lakers with another miss. And last season, there were a few grumbles, Steve, after Bynum missed the first month and a half of the season. You see, Bynum had delayed surgery after the finals, Clark, so that he could go to the World Cup soccer.
Well, when you're a pro basketball player, that has to be your first priority. I'm a big-time soccer fan myself, but Bynum may have made a boo-boo there.
Yep.
Yeah, but he was ready to go come playoff time, and, you know, that's kind of the Lakers' go-to philosophy. Just be ready when the playoffs show up, and he did play pretty well in the postseason.
Fisher against Douglas. Left side, Odom. And the Lakers with another miss.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps, and they're certainly enjoying one on the glass here. Well, you know, a recent stat said that in the last 15 years, the Lakers are on average the best offense in the NBA. But in crunch time, ironically, they fall to around 12th best offensively. Not nearly as effective.
And stolen by Fisher. Tony Turioff, who's checked in for the Knicks. Jeffries comes in for Bill Walker. The Lakers also changing it up. Pau Gasol's checked in for Bynum. Artest comes in for Lamar Odom. And Kobe is subbed in for Shannon Brown. Here is Douglas. Shoots. Douglas is tagged with the loose ball foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul, 2 seconds.
The Lakers in the lead. Fisher, the pass to Barnes. Backing down is Bryant. That's good. Kobe's got 16. Here's Douglas. There's 1:17 left in the first half of basketball. He dishes it to Jeffries. Fields, guarded by Kobe. From outside the arc, Rebound the Lakers. Gasol's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Fisher against Douglas. Let's go, and it's blocked.
And I think whichever team starts to dominate the glass could really take control of this game.
I won't disagree with you. I mean, it's so tight between these teams right now on the board that you're just waiting to see which team might pull away. What a marvelous job they've done of sharing the basketball. A ton of assists.
Well, they know where each other is all the time. They're moving the ball, just finding the open guy. Nobody seems to care who scores. They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside. You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and Fisher kicks to Gasol. Shoots it, connects on the open J. And the Lakers lead by 2.
Tough assignment for that defender with the size mismatch we're seeing.
Yeah, I just don't think he's big enough to handle it.
Douglas for 3. The shot is off. Back in a moment from New York.
Hello and welcome. I'm Damon Bruce, your host for the HP Halftime Report, as a close one is underway in New York. The Lakers are going all out to stay in it. They've been making smart passes, protecting their possessions. Fundamental basketball's a beautiful thing to watch. Kobe's been lights out in the first 2 quarters. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. Looking at New York, they're definitely making plays as well. They've kept the defense off balance with their great passing attack. Amari Stoudemire is getting it done through 2 quarters. After 2, he's got 6 points, added 3 rebounds as well. No doubt the focus so far, these 2 players have led the charge in scoring for their teams. Plenty of offense for both in the first half. And we'll see you next time. The second half about to get underway in New York City. So long and take care.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Here's Kobe.
Well, the big story for the Knicks this past year was the acquisition of Carmelo Anthony. Having already signed Amari Stoudemire, the Knicks made the deal for Anthony and all of a sudden had one of the great 1-2 combinations in the league.
Second half underway, and here's who Mike Brown's got on the floor. Fisher and Kobe man the backcourt. Artest and Powell in the forward slots, and it's Bynum in at the 5 spot. Kobe's shot is off. And back to Melo and Amari, they just need to build the right supporting cast around those 2.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, those are 2 foundational pieces that are all-stars, so plugging in around them will be the next step. They're in the process of doing that, too. I mean, New York definitely reversed their fortunes with the moves they made last season.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, in speaking with Pau Gasol, he feels like the Lakers function better when they're distributing the scoring around. His quote, "I think we're more effective and more successful when our offense is balanced and everyone's contributing." He said, "We tend to get in trouble when the offense gets stagnant and we stand around and watch Kobe." Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. A lot of weapons, certainly, at the Lakers' disposal.
You know, with the players they have, if you keep moving the ball around, somebody's going to score. I mean, there's just too much talent.
He has so much offensive imagination. Always seems like he's ready to try something new. Now, last season, the so-called melodrama, as Carmelo Anthony refused to sign an extension in Denver, forced his way to New York in a trade. And the story really dragged on all season long.
New York trailing. Here's Billups, and Gasol sends it back. Here are the Lakers. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. On the wing, Kobe. Fields covering. No good from 18. And, you know, Steve talking, Clark, about the Carmelo trade saga. Really an unwelcome distraction in a lot of ways. It hung over the players involved in Denver and in New York. And maybe took some attention away from the great season.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more there. I mean, as things tend to do in this 24/7 information cycle, it just kind of lingered and hovered and hung around. But in the end, he got his way. He desired to be in New York, a place where he grew up as a kid, and that motivated him to get to that place where he kind of considers home. So I think it's a good fit. Unfortunate it took so long to happen, but the end result is a good one, I think, for him and the Knicks and hopefully the league.
6 on the shot clock. Shoots a fader. Again, the miss by Anthony.
Well, he had to fade away there. The defense was all over him, and he got it off, just couldn't get it to go.
Here's Fisher. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Now it's a 6-point Laker lead.
Well, they keep going right back to the paint, and who can blame them? I mean, they're getting it done in there.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 buckets, guys, have come from inside the lane area, so I'd expect him to continue to go inside right at the defense.
There's no stopping him when he gets to the basket like that. If you can't foul him in time, just get out of the way.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Chauncey Billups, a winner and a champion, started out last season on his hometown Denver Nuggets team, but the Carmelo Anthony trade swept him along to New York.
And for Chauncey Billups getting up there in age, but Steve, for a throw-in, if you want to call him that, in that trade, you could do worse.
Well, his salary was the reason that trade was able to be executed, Kevin. But I think the Knicks looked at Billups as much more than a throw-in. I mean, he was a guy who filled that point guard spot admirably. He was injured during that Boston series, and that hurt New York for sure. But I think Billups can still be a very effective player, even at his age.
The 3 is launched, and Artest gets it to go on the assist by Odom. Artest's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now here's Billups. Defense is right there. He cans that one.
They can't seem to stop anybody inside.
They got to know that if they don't make life tougher in the paint, the opponent is just going to keep going there. I mean, it's not like they'll get tired of all these in-close opportunities.
Picked up by Kobe. Bryant gets whistled for blocking. That's his first foul.
A little too much body on that one, and that's going to be a block.
Always a hard thing to judge, but I agree with you, Steve. Clearly a block.
There's a minute left to play in the third. Odom against Anthony. Shot clock at 6. Stoudemire dishes to Billups. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
You know, Kevin, one of the things that sometimes overlooked with Billups, he's strong at 6'3" and 200 pounds plus, but he's an excellent low post player for a guard.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Gasol comes in for Andrew Bynum. And Matt Barnes is subbed in for Ron Artest. Clark, you talk about Billups' great post-up ability. He may be slowing down with age, but Steve, that post-up game of his is timeless.
Yeah, 6'3", as Clark mentioned, a really strong body. And he's got good footwork, great touch, just a good knack for scoring. He's one of the better post-up point guards in the NBA today. Boy, he's been good offensively tonight. I really like what I've seen.
And the Knicks miss again. Lakers leading by 4. Barnes passes to Blake, and Billups picks him up defensively. Billups is whistled for reaching in. That's his first foul.
First personal foul, team's first. Checking in for your Knicks.
Here's Blake. The dish to Kobe. Defended by Douglas. Over Stoudemire. And again, it's the Lakers.
Got such a good feel for his shot today, in a really good groove.
Douglas for 3. No good. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? You look at Kobe Bryant in this game. I mean, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, he's done a great job of finding the soft spots in that defense. A very efficient game for him so far.
Yeah, and I like what he's done, Steve. I mean, he's made a couple of jumpers here or there, but what he's really done impressively is allow the game to come to him.
Lakers lead by 6. So as we get rolling here in the fourth, let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for the Sprite Spark Report. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, well, the spark in this one? Kobe Bryant. Everything went his way right from the first whistle, and he just took over the early part of this basketball game. Can he take over in the final period? Let's watch and see.
Great stuff, Doris. Thank you. What a spark, Clark, he has given them.
Yeah, we've been watching him the whole game, and he's been all over the place.
Can't say enough about his efforts tonight, guys. He's really put his team on his shoulders today.
So with Billups on the bench, here's the 5 for Mike D'Antoni right now. Tony Douglas out there with Walker. Then there's Jeffries. Then it's Anthony. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. Here's Blake, defended by Douglas. Odom backing down. He gathers. Anthony with the defensive effort. Knicks trail by 4. Douglas can't hit.
That's exactly where they wanted to go with the ball, even though he didn't finish.
Blake kicks to Brown. Odom backing down. The jump hook and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, when Lamar Odom came into the league, a lot of people thought he could be a franchise player. He never really became that type of guy, but he's the perfect wingman for Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol. Kind of a Scottie Pippen type floor leader, ball distributor, and an excellent all-around player.
Kicks it to Walker. And the pass goes out of bounds, and they'll turn it over.
That's a gift. You're just giving possessions away now.
So for the Knicks, Sheldon Williams checks in for Jeffries. Stoudemire comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Chauncey Billups is subbed in for Bill Walker. The Lakers also making some changes. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Gasol. Artest comes in for Matt Barnes. And Derek Fisher is subbed in for Steve Blake. Outside Artest. Clock at 6. From the high post. And it's Brown missing. Steve just talked about Odom as a wingman. It seems to be the role he's much more comfortable with, too.
Yeah, I think he likes just being a basketball player. He doesn't have the pressure to score night in and night out at a frantic pace, which I think helps him and his team because he can be a little streaky in that regard. But the role he has as being a basketball player with versatility that can do a lot of things, that's what he's best suited for.
Fisher against Billups. Billups against Fisher. Can't get it to go. Knicks will take it the other way. Douglas dishes to Stoudemire.
And look at how he posed on the rim for a few seconds after that one. That's never going to endear you to your opponents. They don't like that kind of stuff.
No, he was enjoying that one so much he didn't want to let go.
Yeah, just a little reminder of whose rim it is.
Timeout called the Lakers.
He wants to make a few adjustments out there, and he's running through those with his team right now.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to his team. He sounded incredibly confident given the situation they're in. He said, all right, I hope they're not counting us out yet because we are going to win this game. Guys, we'll see if his players believe him.
You know, he's not going to make a mistake when he gets in tight. That's a good hoop there.
Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing, doesn't it, Steve?
It sure does, and now it's to the point where they just feel unstoppable.
They get it back. The kick out to Billups. He's covered by Fisher. Here's Stoudemire. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Kobe Bryant.
Stoudemire playing very well. 10 points and 2 rejections.
And we are seeing what a complete player he is.
Absolutely, at both ends of the floor. He's been top-notch, guys.
And making a change here, the Knicks. Anthony's checked in. And the Lakers also making a switch. Lamar Odom, he's checked in for Matt Barnes. Lakers leading by 5. Outside, Kobe. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, don't give up anything for free. I like that. Send him to the line.
Yeah, they don't want to sit back and watch you lay it in. I mean, make them earn it. Make them earn it. Don't give up anything easy. Are you kidding me? They're like different guys this half. They haven't missed a single free throw.
Stepping up and knocking him down, Clark.
Billups kicks to Anthony. Defended by Gasol. With the fadeaway. And that one's good, Anthony. Anthony's got 4 this quarter.
No question about it, guys. He's been one of their best performers today.
Fisher against Billups. Left side Gasol. Covered by Anthony. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Nice job at the line, and that one falls to pick up the and one. Outside Billups. Outside Anthony. Williams. Stoudemire the pass to Carmelo. And he banks in the layup.
That's 4 of their last 5 buckets now coming in the paint area.
And they're in attack mode right now, barreling in there with bad man intention.
Kobe against Douglas. Fades away. Kobe, that's good. Kobe's got 30.
He's done an outstanding job all game long. Absolutely a great job of finding an opening against the defense.
Gasol with the steal. And that one's good from Fisher. And it's a 10-point Laker lead.
That's a dagger. That will probably finish this game.
Yeah, it's over, Steve. Convincing closeout.
Leans. Douglas for 3. Gathers. And Stoudemire slams it in.
Well, I like the heart on display right there. I mean, fighting for that rebound and stuffing it back in. That's good work.
Yeah, well, that'll go over well with the head coach.
Yeah, it sure will. I mean, it always does when you get it done on the offensive glass, because that's all about effort.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Billups against Fisher. Passes to Odom. Just 4 to shoot. Over Billups. Oh, off target. And so the Lakers take the win. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Kobe Bryant.